What's up, guys? Today on Sports Central, we'll be going over a collegible game preview. This one's going to be over Washington State and Utah. Both of these teams faced very tough losses last week. Both of them got upset. It caused Washington State to drop out of the rankings. Meanwhile, Utah had to drop 9 spots, or I think it was 9 spots to number 19. So obviously, it's a very tough week for both those teams. But now both these teams are coming back this week, and one of them is going to get away with a win. And meanwhile, the other one is going to get stuck with 2 straight tough losses for sure. But here's what we do know. This game is coming out September 28th at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Utah currently leads the spread 6.5 points. The FBI says Utah 64%. Then the Vegas prediction right now, 26-23 Utah. So all three of these sources are saying Utah right now by a close margin. So it's not really expecting any blowout by any means. But it is expecting it to be pretty close. Now looking at your stat comparison, though, these are 2019 current stats. And Washington State, statistically on offense, is excellent right now. They're first in total offense, 107th in rushing game, though. I don't know how they're first in total offense, but they're 107th in rushing game. Obviously, that means they've got a really, really good passing game from what we've seen so far this season for them to be ranked first in total offense. But yeah, of course, Washington State, though, they don't have as good of a defense right now. They're 102nd in total defense, 98th in rushing, and 98th in passing. And obviously those defensive stats as well could make it, or that UCLA game that they played last week could have very, very big impacts on how Washington State has been looking, or is looking statistically right now. I mean, it looks like they've got a really, really good offense right now, but a really, really poor defense. And that's kind of what we kind of see at the beginning of the season, is the stats are a little bit wonky at this time of the year. Utah statistically right now 32nd in total offense, 16th in rushing, then 70th in passing. So obviously their rushing game right now is probably their strongest point. Meanwhile, for Washington State, I mean, they don't really have a strong point on defense, rushing and passing wise. I mean, they're both at the same position at 98th place. But yeah, passing game is 70th for Utah, so it's not their strongest point. But you're gonna have to watch out for the rushing game for Utah. It looks like right now, 33rd in total defense is what Utah's at, 4th in rushing game, and then 78th in passing defense. And so, kind of looking at that. Washington State's got a 107th ranked rushing offense, and Utah's got a 4th ranked rushing defense, and so that kind of cancels out a little bit there, because of course, I mean, Utah doesn't need as good of a rushing defense to take care of Washington's rushing game. It seems like right now, but Utah's got a 70th ranked or 78th ranked passing defense. Meanwhile, Washington State has a 1st ranked passing game, so that's something you got to watch out for right there. Is that Utah doesn't have as good of a passing defense, it looks like statistically. And so you're going to have to watch out. I mean, Washington State, that's probably going to be their way that they can most take advantage of Utah right now. Utah last week played USC on the road, got upset 30-23. That was a very brutal loss. Obviously, going into last week, I thought Utah was for real. I mean, I was thinking, man, this could be a team that could make a run at the playoffs for sure and possibly put a Pac-12 team in the playoffs. But with that loss at USC, that's going to be very brutal. That's going to be detrimental to their chances of making any cultural playoff scenario now. But I still think Utah is still a great team for sure. Here's a few key points about this game. Both teams had tough week 4 losses. We've already gone over that. But are these teams still cultural playoff contenders? I mean, I still think both these teams are. I mean, Washington State is still a very, very talented team, even though they lost a lot of talent after last year. But really, I mean, both of these teams really got to win their games now. This is a very, very important game as to which team possibly has a chance of making the college football playoff and who does not. If Utah takes a loss here, that's probably going to bump them out of the rankings. And it's also going to take a toll on whether the committee will possibly put them in the playoff or not. I think they'd almost be eliminated at this point in the year. Washington State has been great on offense. How would Washington State win? I'd say if they can get up early and shut Utah down at home, that's probably going to be the way that they win this one. But Utah, on the other hand, you got to get up early. Kind of the same thing Washington State needs to do. Get up early and shut Washington State down early on, and use the passing game as much as you can, because Washington State doesn't have as good of a passing defense, it looks like statistically. So, with that being said, that could be a point where Utah could possibly push ahead in this game. But with that being said, here's what I'm predicting in this one. I think it's going to be a very close game throughout this entire thing. Really looking forward to this one. 21-17 is going to be your halftime score. Utah leads it. It's going to be a moderate scoring game overall. 31-30 is going to be your final score. Utah ends up winning this one by 1. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this game in the comments below. If you think Washington State can pull an upset, yeah, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this prediction in the comments below as well. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Stay tuned for more college football previews. We're going to be going over, I'd probably say, 3 to 4 more over the next couple days. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more from All Sports Central.